co-founder of Liqui, and we are building liquidity as a service protocol. The problem that we aim to solve is on-tail assets liquidity problem. Because when you're early stage project that's just about to launch your brand new token, you're facing with the essential problem of how to get liquidity for your token. And currently you have two primary solutions. It's like DeFi summer style, Uniswap V2 liquidity mining, where you incentivize liquidity with your governance token, which is great, but due to high impermanent losses, you will need to pay a lot of your governance tokens to cover in the form of subsidy. Or you can partner with the market makers like Venture, which is way more capital efficient solution, but it lacks transparency and trust to these partnerships. Maybe you've heard about a lot about recent dramas with Arbitrum or Optimism or Yearn Finance, and especially for early projects, this trust component is really essential. Not to mention high service costs for this market maker solution. So, addressing this issue, we introduced two automated strategies. First, it's a hedgehog. It provides liquidity for Uniswap V3 for Ethereum. Let's consider Ethereum as an example. And it hedges its impermanent losses with long Ethereum perps. It outperforms Ethereum holding in a ±8% price change range with a daily yield of up to 0.5%. You can think about it like you are holding Ethereum, but also receiving staking rewards and Uniswap trading fees on top of it. The second strategy is Unicrap. It's the same profitability range, but against USD. So it provides liquidity for Uniswap V3 and hedges it with a short Ethereum perps. So it's like a stable coin which receives staking rewards and Uniswap trading fees. And the peculiarity of these strategies is that they both provide liquidity for spot and derivatives market. So we can combine them together and create a liquidity as a service protocol that integrates Uniswap V3, perpetual futures, and lending protocols to provide this capital efficient on-chain market maker infrastructure that can be used for any ERC20 token, including RVA tokens that were mentioned during previous speeches. How it works. The project team deposits their token and some USDC and sets the initial price for the trading. After it, we create a pool on Uniswap V3 and open a position on lending protocol and derivatives exchanges like Oriole, who's our partner. After it, we spun up the whole delta-neutral liquidity mechanism, which maintain liquidity for both spot and derivatives market, while also hedging impermanent losses for its liquidity providers. As for the benefits for DeFi project, it's completely automated liquidity management that significantly lowers the liquidity cost, because if you are hedged impermanent losses, you don't need to pay for it in governance tokens. Also, it has permissionless deployment with a very simple form where you can select different templates. As for performance as trading performance, it's at 26% against USDC. It's a delta neutral strategy, and there is no huge drawdowns, only during the FTX crash. Also, Uniswap V4 will allow us to significantly improve our performance with dynamic adjustment during each swap. So we can improve our profitability range from ±8% to ±25%. And the final goal for this product is to build a kind of on-chain hedge fund, which will be delta neutral, and will distribute its liquidity based on a power law allocation. So the highest trading volume pairs will receive the highest liquidity from our index fund, this fund is completely transparent and permissionless. As for the tokenomics, we will have governance tokens that will receive shared market fees from derivatives exchange perennial and performance fees from all the vaults deployed on our protocol. As for roadmap, we are about to send our first static models Hedgehog and Unicrypto audit in this month. In January 2024, just after the Uniswap V4, we will migrate to it. And after it, liquidity as a service protocol and the alternative fund and the token launch. As for the team, besides of me, who is responsible mostly for mechanism design, there is also Ivan, who is experienced Solidity developer. Use of funds, we're raising 500K at 5 mil valuation. We already closed 250K from our lead investor, Synergist Capital, and looking for another 250K, and it will cover expenses over the next 18 months in form of audits and salaries. And that's it.
Yes, Yevon, many thanks for joining our event and pitching. I have one question coming up from DXDAO, let's see. Regarding the technical aspects of your operations, who are your liquidity providers and lending protocols?
So our lending protocol will be Euler Finance after its relaunch, because for us the most important feature is permissionless market listing. So we really need this functionality. As for liquidity, we will use Uniswap v3 and Uniswap and later Uniswap v4. As for derivatives exchange, we are looking to use either Perennial Finance, which are our partners, or leveraged strategies on Aave or Euler Finance, because we via this flash loop, via looping.
Many thanks for sharing. And how do you will achieve traction?
Yeah, as for the traction, we already deployed our hedgehog strategy on Ethereum mainnet back in October 2022, almost a year ago. It showcased performance of around 10%. It was it built on top of Squeeze, and now, but the peculiarity is that Squeeze isn't deployed on any other layer 2s, so we are now moving to layer 2s, and we'll use a different derivatives exchange in order to get this hedge.
Thank you for clarifying. I see we have also no more questions coming up, so I can only thank you for joining our event today. Looking forward to see your project develop and wish you a great one, Yevon.
Yeah, bye.
Goodbye.